So, a cheaper way to polish is with acrylic paint. Watch this video and you'll see me have troubles with it in the beginning, but in the end I get it. So, holy cow, for all of us buying special polish and trying to find fingernail polish that works, acrylic paint does, and it's 90 something cents for this big thing. So stay tuned. I make a mess in the beginning, but I get the hang of it in the end, so I'm really excited about this. We can make so many designs now, guys! Yay! I've got my fingers painted Mira. This is coming off completely wrong. It's too blurple. It's not a bluish purple. It is indeed a very pink reddish purple. Yellow. Every day, every day. And this is Marley. And I'm going to try to stamp with acrylic paint. This is the kind of paint people do one-stroke flowers with. They paint acrylic paint on their nails and then paint a clear coat over it, and you can actually make quite a few freehand designs. So the idea came about on whether or not it's good to stamp with. I've got black here. I'm going to go ahead and try that because the plates I'm using are Conad because they're the best quality plates I have, and I think they're the best quality plates ever in my opinion. They're also the most expensive. But just to get a fair playing grounds, I'm not going to use a low quality plate and say that stamping doesn't work. I'm going to use the best quality plate I have. I'm going to try the leopard print. This is Conad M57, just in case you didn't read that. And this is what happens when I smash it. Now I'm going to try not pressing so hard. I didn't press as hard, and it didn't smear as badly. But that's what happens when I stamp. So then a thought is to let it dry a little bit. So I'm going to try again. It looks promising, you know? So here I'm not pushing very hard. Aww. So here I stamped again. I'm going to wait for it to dry a little bit on the stamper. I know I'm using a lot of paint, but whatever. So I'm letting this dry a little while so that it won't smear when I stamp it. Okay, let's try it now. It's been a few minutes, so. Well, there it went a little. So maybe letting it dry quite a while is what's... Okay. Picking it up. Okay, I've got a good image and I'm going to let it dry here. I'll give you real time so that you know how long I let it dry. What a mess. Who wants to clean this up for me? Kind of. We could be onto something. I'm going to try to stamp with this blue. Oops. Part of the mess is my fault because I seem to pour way too much out. Aww. Come on. Let it dry a little bit before I pick it up. Oh no. Okay, I picked them up. Okay, let's try it. So I'm thinking acrylics didn't work, and they didn't. And then someone wrote to me, and I wish I could remember who it was, and they said, what if you let the paint dry a little while on the stamper? And it seems to be working all right. The quality is bad. I'm missing some things, but if you're not real picky, this is just acrylic paint. 99 cents for this huge thing of paint, right? So that's pretty cool. Let's see if we can get a light green to paint. This whole big thing was 97 cents at Walmart. But I'm making a huge mess. So yeah, I guess it kind of works. Let it wait a little bit in there before we stamp it. So if you move quite a bit slower. And don't roll, because rolling will smear it. This smears so easily, so make sure you're just really straight up and down with it. And it's still quite a bit smeared. Focus. Here you are. See, it's kind of smeared. My favorite girl. Oh, kind of. That. Cute! It's very trial and error. If you want to be gutsy and try it, looks like it's working. Let's do yellow. That's a hard color to find that stamps well. Let's do these yellow stars, shall we? And I'm going to let it set for a little bit, because if you pick it up right away, it's still too wet and it'll smear everywhere. So let's try now. Let's try now. Straight up and down. Oh, and I picked it up. I'm getting better. Look at all this crud I've got on my stamper though. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. Sitting here, sitting here. I've got all this lint on my stamper though. What is going on? Should I try now? Does he think it's dry enough to stamp now? Let's try it. Yay! It's going well. So my first few attempts sucked, as you can tell, but if you get a feel for it, acrylics seem to be... I just want you to know that you are really special. I'm gonna try white since we've been all over the spectrum here. So if you have the patience to get these to work, I'm saying they do. If you wait a little bit for them to dry. Man, I wish I could remember who told me to let them dry on the stamp and see if it would work that way, because it is working. So that's really exciting. Because if you have seen those little paints in pots that are attached to each other, they're like a pot, a piece of plastic, a pot, a piece of plastic, and they're like this deep. And you've got like an array of colors. Imagine just, and they're for like $1. Imagine buying one of those and being able to stamp all those colors and not having to worry about whether things will stamp anymore. Grape it. Sitting there for a little while. Don't pick it up right away. I can't even tell you how long I'm gonna wait. I just kind of get a feel for it in my guts, you know? And straight up and down. I've picked it up. The key is straight up and down. I was a little off, and you can see I have a little shadow right there from being off, and I picked up too much. See, it's ripply, so we're gonna have to wait a while for this to get tacky enough to stamp. That little one's looking like it's not as shiny anymore, so I'm gonna stamp now, and I'm going to go straight up and down. I'm not gonna roll because rolling seems to... Look at that! You guys, how exciting! I want to warn you that this is really finicky and kind of a pain, but if you start practicing with the acrylics, it looks like you can stamp with them, and they're so cheap. They're so cheap. And you get them at Walmart for like 99 cents. You can get little pots of so many different colors. Is this like a new revelation? You can do so many things now. There's no limitations to polishes that don't stamp. I'm getting excited. When I tried this a long time ago, it never dawned on me to wait for it to dry. But, man, whoever told me to do that, bless your heart, because it's working. Stamping acrylic comes off with water, so if you screw up, you can just keep going and going and going. Wait a little bit. My hands are disgusting. I've got them pretty good. And I'll try now. Oh, that was good timing. That worked pretty well. Look, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited. Why? Why did I take so long to try this? Oh, I'm super excited. I'm so super excited. To talk to you guys. I have to talk to you about my excitement here. I've got paint on my lip. So, the first little bit was messy because I was just glopping it on. But as soon as I got a little paintbrush out and started dipping it onto the plate, waiting a little bit for it to stamp, it totally stamped. There's this brand, I got all these at Walmart. Folk Art. These things, let me show it to you. This is a regular nail polish, and they're this big. They're 90 cents. They're like $1 each color, and you get a ton. This will last you for freaking ever. And I wish that I could find my art box, because have you guys seen the acrylic paints that come in the little pots, and then they're from when you were little? They're like tiny little pots, and they're hooked together with a plastic bridge and then another pot of a different color, and then hooked together with a plastic thing and another pot of a different color. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I'll put a link in the description of the kind. Those are acrylic paints, and they're like $1, and you get 8 different colors for $1. So if you have the patience to maybe wait it out a little bit, let them dry on the stamper before you stamp it, they totally work. Why aren't we using acrylics? Probably because anyone that's tried has done like me, and then just stamped, scraped, stamped, and it's smeared everywhere and all that. But if you wait a few seconds and you slow it down, look at that. White stamps good. Yellow stamps good. I'm sure if I had a light pink that would stamp good. Everything is stamping so good. You don't have to finick with special polish or regular polish. I'm in shock. I'm in absolute shock, and I need to upload this stat. Excuse the way I look because I don't have makeup on. I have mascara on, but I washed my face last night, so I don't have makeup on. Crap. Let me know if you guys try it. And may I advise you not to gunk it out like I did. Definitely get a brush and paint it on the plate like fingernail polish, okay? And if you screw up, this washes off with water. Just get some water and wash it off. And if you love the way it looks, finish with a top coat. Let's see if it'll smear if I do a top coat. Because you need clear on top of acrylic paint, otherwise it'll scrape right off and wash right off. Yeah, didn't smear. I just painted that with a top coat easily enough. Let's paint my hearts. And my stars. I've got clear coat on these now too. So exciting, right? Oh my gosh, everyone that has... I can't even talk, I'm so excited. Yee! Okay, go to Walmart. Or wherever if you don't shop at Walmart because of union reasons. Okay, bye!